Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Not Phoenix Wright. Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney, Investigations 1. In the last episode, we started off this new case with a man named Buddy Faith being murdered, and we already know that it's this guy, Portsman, because he was shown in the opening cutscene, but we're gonna still have to, kind of cross-examine his arguments here, and right now he's accusing Maggie Bird of committing the murder because she has the master key to open every single door, and so it's either her or Gumshoe who had Edgeworth's key at the time. So, yeah, let's go. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird... Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
You can't really trust her not to tell lies, plus I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
Ha! A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I'll bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things! I can practically guarantee that! With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it!
Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad our luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft, but I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. This is wrong. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only private to prosecutors. Ah! I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan, but she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way that Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault!
What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
That means...
Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird.
Excuse me?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I can never do something like that, not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key.
Ah!
Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? Stop that.
You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgewood's office.
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir...
We have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. And don't disappoint me, you hear? Alright, we're actually gonna go ahead and keep going. Let's keep going with this investigation. Take it a bit. Alright. March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway.
What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True.
So then what now?
It looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of this argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information. Regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Okay. I can run! What is... why?
Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? What is a basketball doing here?
That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. What is a basketball hoop doing here?
Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors?
I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently.
Drag it?
I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor? Oh man. This office.
1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again?
It's Mr. Portsman's, sir. So he's my new neighbor, I see. I supposed he moved in while I was away overseas. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. A minimalist yet classy door made of top-quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force.
It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door.
Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards, and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire.
I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone?
Right.
That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir.
1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Whoops! Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir.
They have to. They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of weird. I don't see any signs of forced entry.
And according to the guard, no signs the lock was picked either, sir.
Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. What, they think?
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Okay, Maggie, what's up? I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream! A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth!
I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her through the present button. Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun! Just once, I'd have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in with all that well with them.
Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective?
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago, right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! And just when I had finally thought I had found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
Actually, wait, hold on. Do we want to present anything to her? Wait, I thought... Present. The master key. Okay, there we go. So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
Why is it such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say? Except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit that I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it just that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key? What did you mean by you used the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key.
That's cute.
I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
What is it?
That's right! I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key! It was Mr. Portsman, sir!
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly.
It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so we came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him?
No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see.
And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
Talk about suspicious!
I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Let's see. I have a theory that maybe he switched the number plates and then asked Maggie to open, like, his door. The door is locked tight.
I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them.
Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you brought it from? Okay.
Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these.
Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Custodial work. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portman's office?
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly, but since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd? Yep, it's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this?
It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Gumshoe, you dumb butt. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Maggie, can you open this for us, please?
Not entirely sure what to do.
We said we would examine his door, but nothing really to say about that. Wrong one. Oh, I can't present profiles, huh? Weird, okay. I wanna logic some things out? Let's see. Files in disarray. No, master key was stolen. Use the master key. The key was used to unlock and lock Mr. Portsman's office at 12 a.m. and 1:30 a.m. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there is a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal! I mean, sir!
You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow! Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth! You saw the contradiction like a pro! I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now! You're right! It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and make it look like I and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go and lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Oh. Let's go, Gumshoe. Inside the door we go. Inside the door we go. We go into the door. The door is locked tight.
No, it's not. It still hasn't been locked properly? Wait, what? Hold on a minute. What?
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? This.
Right?
There's a contradiction between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I am certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I didn't. Which means, what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
She opened a different door? But how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey you! Yeah, you, pal! Can you do us a favor and see where you can live on this? Okay. So what'd you find out?
There's no need for such a belligerent nostril-flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Mr. Fate's fingerprints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Huh? I'm lost, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this doorknob? Maggie. Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked the door are absent?
You mean...
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one.
She opened my door.
What have we here? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, that's looking mighty suspicious right over there. What is this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. I get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
It looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. I guess I'll catch up with you later, buddy.
Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
Oh, you can... Oh! I didn't know that! Huh. What's this?
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey! How about a game?
That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir! I guess it should do when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take a note of this.
He moved it. He must have, right?
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's...
Ah! Isn't that the missing 0 series file, sir?
No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh?
Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Huh?
They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were.
That means that the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing.
I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
And we're done. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth!
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it! That's exactly what my logic sensors were telling me too! I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. March 14th, 5:12 a.m., High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir.
Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Dang. Okay, looking good. You there, take care of this. Whoa! Ow! Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. This isn't kind of a joke. It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I could see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
Ha ha! Who'd ever thought it would come to this?
Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy.
Really teaches me that I gotta stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
Are you done trying to play mind games with me because they don't work? The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? Alright, I think that is where we're gonna stop for today. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!